So
let's get started.
I'm fine. I know. I'm playing as Urbosa right now, as you can see, and I'm actually inside the little town right now. And then it is a Hyrule Warriors game, so you will be using X and Y button to do weak and strong attack, and then also A. Oh wait, Iga Waymas is coming. Right now, the little town is under attack by Iga clan, but I don't want to talk about why they're here. But the objective is I have to actually defeat all 3 Iga Blade Masters. So to do that, in addition to the usual Hyrule Warriors action, I have to use Rune to counterattack. And I can use, I just use the stasis now, as you can tell. But each character can use all 4 different runes in different occasions. So I need to focus on attacking him right now. So I'm going to let Kay and Kindra talk about what's unique about Urbosa.
Great, thank you so much, Chico. Yeah, Urbosa's gameplay is really fun and exciting. And as you can see, it's focused on her ability to use an attack with lightning. She has a unique ability to charge up lightning, which is represented by the gauge at the top of the screen. And yep, she's charging it right there. And once it's charged up, she can actually use the lightning in addition to her strong attacks to kind of strengthen those attacks and do some really character-specific stuff with it. She also uses lightning in her weak point counters and in her special attacks. And if Chico can get the timing right, after some of these big attacks where there's still some electricity lingering in the air, she can charge up her electricity super quick, which takes a lot of skill and a lot of timing, but it's very satisfying when you can pull it off.
Okay, so I'm running around in the town.
And I just wanted to add too, aside from the gameplay that you're seeing, well, first of all, oh wait, no,
oh my gosh,
interrupting myself because there's a Korok.
There it is. It's so cute.
So clearly, Koroks are in the stages that you can find. But this is the first time that people get to play as Urbosa, which is already super awesome. And this area probably looks pretty familiar to some Breath of the Wild fans.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see these places.
So great.
Pre-Calamity. But what I did want to say is fans can look forward to getting more backstory on these characters as well. You really get a good look at Urbosa's relationship to Zelda and also more information about Urbosa's relationship to Zelda's late mother. So if you're like me and you love to get to know the characters and get to know them in ways that you didn't get to in Breath of the Wild, this game is your opportunity to do that.
That's right. It's really, there's a lot to unpack in here and a lot to see, and it's very thrilling for fans of Breath of the Wild to be able to take a look, a more in-depth look at this time in the story. All right, and now we're taking a look at Zelda's gameplay, which is also a first look. Very exciting. As you can see, she uses the runes as her main attacks, in addition to being able to use them just like everyone else. And she can create different combinations of runes to take out huge swarms of enemies. Oh my gosh. In a very unique way. It's so cool to see Zelda being able to take out these guys.
Yeah, and for me, anytime Zelda you get to play as Zelda and annihilate enemies as Zelda, it's pretty much a win for me. Because Zelda in a Zelda game.
Yeah. Well, and she's really fun to play as in this one. Nice work. Nice work.
I'm just gonna go back to Urbosa because she is my favorite.
She's great.
I know Zelda is great, but yeah. Okay, so I
Urbosa's
have
also
to
great.
chase
But
after.
Urbosa.
Yes, definitely. I have to chase after the Iga one people, so I'm gonna go after that to the location I'm told to go. There looks like there's a lot of people here.
And for people who are new to the Warriors series, as you can see, there are prompts on the screen that help guide you through the process of the gameplay and the action. But you also can turn those off if you want to.
So I'm at this location, and it looks like my objective is to defeat the enemies with loud attack. So I think I need to do. Oh, I can't use it right now, but I will wait till my rune fills up first. But
Make some noise,
okay,
Chico.
so I'm going.
Do it.
I'll do that. Hold on. These guys are mad.
This guy's really getting in your way. So as you can see, when you use the sheikah runes, there is a little bit of a wait time for it to charge back up before you can use it again, which is very similar to how it worked in Breath of the Wild. Oh man, that was a gorgeous takeout right there. And the reason for using these loud attacks was to call forth a certain familiar monster. And there he is. Oh man.
You sure it's not a lady though?
I think he's beautiful.
Yeah, he's too scary. And he's coming after me, so I don't think I want to do this. Bye-bye.
No, let's go ahead and
That's it.
let's escape to the main menu while we can.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to the world map and show some of the gameplay between battles. Leveling up characters, strengthening weapons, and unlocking things. There it is. A very familiar map of Hyrule. Chico, do you want to tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, so if you ever play, like original Hyrule Warriors game or maybe different Warriors game, you might be familiar with how the menu looked like. You will go from chapter 1 to 3 type thing. But this one, you actually go through different chapters and locations using the map of Hyrule from the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And when I first saw this, I was literally screaming because it was so gorgeous and I just loved it. And because it's a Hyrule Warriors game, when you're playing the stages, you collect a lot of different type of materials. So using those materials, you can unlock different locations on the map, like the stables, other training grounds, and even like different dishes you can cook type thing. So one of the things I wanted to show is actually here, blacksmith. So it is a Hyrule Warriors game, so you will be collecting a lot of different weapons while you are in the stage. Not like Breath of the Wild, you don't the weapons do not break during the stage, but you can use these weapons you collected to strengthen your primary use weapon. So right now I'm using this sword, but there's other different type of weapons I can get and different way to use it. So I want to use my sledgehammer, iron sledgehammer, and fuse them with all the materials I got so far.
With the level
And
1
I think
soup ladle that you will not neglect. Don't you dare.
Okay, so
Okay. Whew. I was worried.
I shouldn't. Is it okay? It's okay.
No, use it.
Okay, so
Yes, it's okay.
you can use up to 5 different weapons, and then you can strengthen. You of course have to use the rupees, so make sure you collect the rupees when you are in the stage 2. And now I have my sledgehammer leveled up to 5, so I can use that for next battle if I want to. Another thing is the materials you collected. You can make the dish. So let's see, this one is ready. So spurred fish dish. and you need the materials 5 fish. So I have that trout. So now I looked at this, so I can earn the recipe for chili fish stew.
Right, and the recipes can be used to give your characters a little bit of a buff before you go into battle. And there are a bunch of different types that have different effects, so it's pretty fun to collect them and see what they do. Yep,
and
they
then,
also have
by defeating the... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so by defeating monsters and getting those materials, you can also turn them into these other quests, which you can use to unlock bonus combos or extra health or other such things. But the thing I really like about these is that they have little stories that go along with them, little glimpses into the characters' lives between battles during this war. The one that we just did, for example, is about a young child in Hateno village who wants to build a monster dummy so that they can practice using a two-handed sword. And so Link actually for his two-handed sword. And I love it because Link's from Hateno village. So it's a very cute glimpse into his life.
Yeah, the world building is really excellent in this game.
Yeah, we just strengthened this two-handed. I mean, sledgehammer is basically a two-handed sword type. So I'm going into the training mission where I can actually use this sledgehammer to showcase how the two-handed sword or two-handed weapon will work in this game. And so I changed my weapon, and I guess I can change my tire.
Yeah, you can unlock different pieces of armor as you progress through the game, and you can equip or, I guess, unequip them and dress him up however you want.
They look nice. Yeah, what are you talking about?
This is
and also
training attire.
And we also, this is the chili fish stew we just got from the recipe location, so I can use that.
Right, and every character will react differently to the dishes that you cook for them. And some characters even have favorite dishes, and they'll say something different when you give them their favorite dish. So it's a lot of fun to try out a bunch of different recipes and see which your characters prefer.
Yeah, and if you watch the TGS live stream, you might have seen the cutscene where it's showing the tower actually raising from the ground. And that tower is actually going to be a base for Link whenever he goes to the next mission. So I think you just saw him kind of like warping from the tower to that new location where I'm going to be showcasing the two-handed sword training mission.
Right. So yeah, it is a training mission.
Hey, don't judge me.
I mean,
there's no
the
judgment.
two-handed sword is a lot of work.
If anything, I just feel bad for Link.
No, you know, he works up quite a sweat
to get in the way while he's fighting.
Yeah, so as you can see, this is a training level, so you're fighting against a lot of Hyrulean soldiers, and using the two-handed sword, which, you know, aesthetically does look a lot like how it was used in Breath of the Wild. In this game, it's slower but more powerful than the one-handed sword. But the fun thing about it is that he can use the unique action to strengthen his strong attacks. In exchange, he takes a little bit of temporary damage, like that. And in order to heal that temporary damage, you can press X to consume a meal in the middle of battle. I love the animation for him eating.
Yeah,
I love the animation for him eating.
Let's get near
if
some
she'll
enemies.
do it for us.
Sorry. I was focused.
Get near some enemies. Oh no, not quite. Okay, so but one of those eating animations is highly aggressive, and if Chico does it near some enemies, then we will see what happens. And hopefully we'll get an opportunity to show you that because I love it.
Nom nom.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Aggressive food eating.
I love it.
Shockwave blast, sending the soldiers flying.
I love that they included that in this game as part of the actual fighting style for the two-handed sword. I think it's a great homage to Breath of the Wild and people who played it like I did, which is to say having a stockpile of apples or something in my inventory so I could chow down when I'm being blown back by a strong attack that did lots of damage.
You can aggressively eat your apples and send those soldiers
Aggressively eat your apples. It's the only way to eat apples in this game.
If you burn
Alright, how many
apples,
KOs do
you
we
can
have?
actually get grilled apples here.
Oh yeah.
So I have to kill
Alright.
170 more.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're more than halfway.
I'd also like to point out that this location is very familiar. It appeared as ruins in Breath of the Wild, but now, before the Calamity, it's in its heyday. And it's very cool to see what it looked like before it got destroyed.
Yeah, and
Nice
Chico,
one,
maybe you
Chico.
can show us some lightning rod action.
What? Hold on.
Oh yeah, we did get to see the ice rod
This
before.
one?
Yeah, that one.
Poor soldiers. Wait,
You can do it. So, as you can see, she's timing her attacks for when that weak point gauge comes out. The big strategy against these stronger enemies is to cut down that weak point gauge and create an opening so you can do a counterattack, which can be very powerful.
Alright,
Nice
a
one.
little bit more.
I need a big group of soldiers to beat that scene.
I love the two-handed sword so much. I think it's my favorite. It's so satisfying, to just slam through all of these enemies, these thousands and thousands of enemies. And also to take a little break to have a snack here and then. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is my favorite one.
I'm hoping we can.
I know your favorite
show some
is
flurry rush too. Oh, of course.
I'm trying!
Forever.
I suck at this thing!
You don't.
What? No, you don't. You're doing great. You're almost there.
You need to find another one of those captains.
Okay. No, he's not good. Yeah, done.
Nice. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Look, it's Daruk!
He's my favorite. It's cool. He's very heavy moving character too. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
He moves surprisingly quickly for someone of his size, though, I have to say.
Yeah. Boy. Oh!
You can do it, Chico. I believe in you.
Keep your own size. I mean, he's like 2 times
Oh my
bigger than me.
goodness.
Oh my gosh. That looks like a little bit of rough play for training.
They take their training very seriously.
Very strong.
Nice work.
Ah! Take
Nice
that.
Yeah,
work.
wow.
Man, you made very quick
You
work
took
of
them out
the
really
Good
fast.
job.
Yeah, you did.
I love that when you use the soup ladle, you got the pot lid as a shield, too. All right, so
Totally.
we're looking at Impa now.
Yeah. So what I want to show is in the distance, but I need to take care of these guys first because these guys just in my
Nice.
way. Okay. Ah!
So obviously, this is a new depiction of Impa that we're seing here. But Chico is about to show us just what Impa is capable of in the gameplay.
I love her. I love Impa so much. I think she's so much fun to play. She's so quick, and she has these different jutsu attacks that she uses, like the summoning of the frog and the creation of foam.
Let's go.
You did. That was an impressive use of the electric rod, I have to say. And here we have a Hinox. I love it. So yeah, as I was saying, Impa's gameplay, being able to absorb those symbols to create the clones and then strengthen the strong attack when she has all of her clones out is it's really fun. Takes a lot of strategy and timing. Nice. And you can see her sheikah rune usage does differ from the other characters we've looked at today too.
Okay.
You can do it. So we discussed earlier the usage of runes in order to create openings to counter strong enemies. And it's even more important that you do that when fighting these big monsters too, because if you get the timing right on these, just like that, you can create these great dramatic openings for yourself. And it really is vital that you get these weak point smashes in because they do so much damage. And it can really make it easy to, or easier, I should say, to take these guys out.
To take out the poor Hinox that was just having a nap, minding his own business.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, I would be grumpy too if I got woken up like that.
That's fair. Nice work.
Chico's making short work of this guy.
She really is.
I love that flying squirrel move. The maniacal laughter, yes.
You guys
nice. All right, I think that's all the time we have left for today. Let's stop beating up on this poor Hinox and let him go back to his nap. All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. This was Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which releases Friday, November 20th. We hope you enjoyed it. We sure did. And have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.